Hello, welcome back, my friends. The weather outside is absolutely insane. We've got 27 degrees Celsius outside, but it is very cloudy, which means that we can take this mobility workout outside without me having to set aside money for cancer treatment. Okay, maybe I was too quick to judge because, yeah, I am burning here. We will go through every single joint in our entire body for a full body workout. All right, it looks like we have a problem because I'm at the park where I wanted to record, and it looks a little bit like this. We got full-on demonstrations going on, so we're gonna change locations. But we made it to Central Park and it seems like we have a lot more space. Very beautiful, damn. Now I just want to mention this before we start. This is going to be a little bit of an advanced one, but we're going to start out really slow, and at any point where you feel like we're overdoing it, you can take a short break or just jump over to the next exercise routine if you want to. If you don't want to, you can just leave and come back later. Now we will be basing today's entire session. I'm already fucking dripping. We will be basing today's entire session on a single exercise, and that will be the cossack squat. If you don't know what that is, we talked about it like 2 days ago. You can go check it out there. And we're gonna start out in like a really short range of motion. You're gonna externally rotate in your hip, we're gonna bend slightly, and we're gonna move from one side to the other, over time increasing range of motion. You're gonna be surprised how many exercise routines and how many drills we can start from this specific pose and with this specific exercise. So keep both feet flat on the ground just for now. We're gonna switch it up later, don't worry about it, but the flatter you keep your feet and the more parallel, the more we have a stretch in our adductors. And once we turn our foot up later, that is gonna change. So we're almost all the way down in a deep squat on the left side. Sit up, switch up to a deep squat on the right side. Now we should have a nice little stretch in our adductors. And now, as promised, we're gonna switch it up, raise our heels so we can sit down deeper and turn our foot up, changing the muscle stretch from the inside of our legs to the backside, our hamstrings, our biceps femoris, and if we pull our toes in, our gastrocnemius and soleus, lengthening our Achilles tendon. And we're gonna switch it up from one side to the other. Now, depending on your strength in your leg, you might just do it like so, or if you want to focus more on the stretching part, you can compensate by putting both hands on the ground and helping you out a little bit. And we're gonna increase the range of motion a little bit more. So sit down all the way, try and bring your knee down to the ground. If you can, we're gonna put our full body weight on the ground before we pull up, switch and sit down on the other side, going for the same movement pattern. External rotation in our hip, external rotation in our knee, full extension in the left leg, and we're gonna pull our toes in actively. Use your hip flexor and abdominal strength to sit up like so, and then use your leg strength to push yourself up. Feet are slightly outward rotated, and sit down on the other side all the way, full contact, full body, and up here. Now once again, we can compensate like so, focusing on the stretch, especially in our hips. This is gonna feel amazing. Or we can bring our hands even behind our head for a lot more core strength requirements and hip flexor strength requirements, which is a good combination. Working on your hip flexor strength instead of just working on its mobility is something most people disregard, and that wouldn't be good for your health now, would it? So we're almost in full range of motion here. Let's go up, sit on the other side, and try and include some spinal mobility as well. Sideways rotation, sit up, switch it up, and spinal rotation, especially in our lumbar spine and the tiniest bit in our thoracic spine, pushing to the side. We're gonna do this 2 more times, and then we're gonna increase the range of motion even more. You can use your arm against your leg to push you deeper into lumbar rotation. Compensate, sit down on the other side, use your arm as a lever, full lumbar rotation. And with the next one, we're gonna increase the range of motion, especially for our hip flexors, by pushing forward. Now we have an anterior chain stretch starting at our knees, pushing through our hip flexors, lower abdominals. Now we're gonna lengthen our arm to include our latissimus, our triceps, our deltoids, and our pecs as well. Sit forward. I'm gonna slow it down a little bit so I'm not too quick for some people. and really pull yourself into that nice anterior chain stretch. We're gonna do this a couple of times. So on the right side, hand to the ground and lengthen all the way. And we're gonna do it 2 more complete rounds. So let's finish this one up and 2 more rounds. Sit down to the left side. We start in full contact. Don't forget about that. We're rolling over our toes. We're going into rotation first, and then we're lengthening our side and our obliques as well. Move forward, sit down, deep squat to the right, then full contact, then rotation, then lengthening, and final round for both sides. To the right, whoop, and final time to the left. And now we're gonna make it really, really interesting and really fun, but it's gonna be hard. So keep that in mind. This might not be for everyone. We're gonna start doing the same thing, and we're gonna push up from here and keep our leg as well as our arms extended. Push your hip forward as much as you can by flexing your glutes to push forward, so we have more of a hip flexor and quadriceps stretch. This full movement is going to be the basis for 2 drills we're going to do today that are far more advanced than what most people do. And this way we're going to build some insane strength, flexibility, and endurance, especially the endurance part. And especially if you're doing it outside in this insane heat. So stay with me, full concentration now. Let's do the full movement. We're gonna sit to the side, left hand behind the extended left leg. Bring your arm up, and now we're gonna bring this leg over, like so, and through, like so. If you want to, and if you have the mobility, grab your leg. If you wanna include some pectoral and deltoid stretch, as well as some strength, go all the way close to the ground and reverse the movement. So we're pulling in from here, reversing into the deep squat, switch it up, whoop, switch it up, and deep squat on the left side, hand behind the right leg, gonna push up and bring it through. We're gonna go close to the ground, build some strength, reverse, and we're gonna repeat this 2 more times for each side. There you go. Whoop. First time, I can feel my knee popping because my meniscus has not yet fully recovered. However, there is no pain involved, and if there was, the slightest bit of pain should be all right when rehabilitating any of your joints when it comes to mobility. If you're feeling a lot of pain, that's a sign to better stop and check what's wrong. Maybe take a short break. So final time on the left side. Let's go. Push it through, extend, go close to the ground, and now for our final and most advanced drill. Bring me to the middle once more. Gonna start again with the cossack. Sit down to the right. Same hand behind our leg, but this time this leg is gonna come from behind our left leg. So we're gonna bring our knees together to fully touch, like so. Internal hip rotation in both sides, crossover, and once again we're gonna go really close to the ground if you have the mobility and strength. When reversing this one, pull your leg in, and the same thing as before. Roll over your toes, switch sides, and from behind extend that leg, pull your toes closer so we can include our lower leg musculature, and reverse. And we're gonna do this one once more for both sides. Here we go. Bring your knees together, extend that leg close to the ground, reverse the whole movement. Let's go. Left side, deep squat, push, bring together, extend, reverse, and sit back down. Now we have really warmed up and have gotten really loose. Now we can play a little bit, but you're gonna have to do this on your own because I still have work to do. But if you like the video and subscribe and check out new ones because we have new videos on this channel every single day. Yeah, this wasn't exhausting at all. Captain Cairo, peace out.